Hello all you fine people out there in YouTube land. It is finally review time for the Lionel Union Pacific America Proud set. This is a hobby shop exclusive set made by Lionel specifically for select dealers. It is not a set in the regular Lionel catalog. It comes with a GP38 diesel locomotive, a covered hopper, a flat car, 2 bridge girders, and a wonderfully lettered and painted caboose. It is a LionChief set, so it does come with the remote, which is operated by 3 AAA batteries, and it is also, as the box so subtly indicates, equipped with Bluetooth. You can run your train with the Lionel LionChief app. So, that being said, let's get into this and check it out. Further note, you'll notice that I have a set of a loop of O-gauge tubular track and a transformer set up already for the running portion of this review. Reason for that is this set is intended to be a Christmas gift for my son, so I don't want to completely unbox it and completely unpack it and then try to completely repack it. It's not going to happen. So I will only be taking out the trains and the remote control. That being said, it is Lionel Fast Track. You can see there on the box, that's what it looks like. And it does not come with a transformer. The set does not come with a transformer itself. It comes with the little power adapter that plugs into a specialty straight terminal section of the Fast Track that serves the purpose of the transformer to apply power to the track so you can run the train with the remote control. So for my purposes today, we will only be looking at the actual trains themselves, how they operate, how they look, how they run, and the Lionel Fast Track and the, I guess, power plug we will not touch, though they are the same as every other Lionel Fast Track equipped set and the power plug equipped set. Okay, so starting off, we've got the set out of the main box, and here you find these little compartmentalized plastic cradles. I have to give a big nod to Lionel because they have really changed up the way these sets are packaged. It makes them a lot easier to unpack and repack as time and space and other necessities of life dictate. This is that power plug that I was talking about. Here we have some extra traction tires, the LionChief remote control, and the engine itself. Alright, so we'll start off with the engine. As you can see, it is lettered and painted for Union Pacific in the flag waving Building America set. The hand railings on this engine are rather rough and they are oversized, but this is not a scale engine. This is a toy train set engine. A warning, if you are unfamiliar with these Lionel, I guess, toy train Jeeps, this dynamic brake blister pops off, so don't try grabbing it to pick it up by that. Just a little, I guess, nitpicky gripe. Union Pacific owns no GP38s or any Jeeps in that manner that I am familiar with that are decorated in this paint scheme. This is a fantasy paint scheme, to my knowledge, developed specifically for, well, not developed, but applied specifically to this particular engine for this particular set. That being said, it was for a fantasy paint scheme on a toy train engine, it is rather flawlessly executed. I've noticed no blurring or bleeding of any paint lines, and all the lettering is phenomenal and crisp. On the rear of the engine we see the operating coupler right here. It does have an uncoupling tab. It is a magnetic coupler. It cannot be fired via remote control. The pilot is rather sparsely decorated, but then again, as I said earlier, it is a train set engine. This is a starter set engine. This is not a scale model. The marker lights do operate, and the number boards light up on the rear, and the headlight illuminates. This engine does not have directional lighting, so when it's on, both the headlights on the front and rear are on. All of the grills and fans on this engine are all cast on. As for the hand railings, the rungs right here, they are separately applied, but they are oversized and spaced too far apart for a scale model. Again, toy train engine, not a scale representation of an actual GP38. The detailing on the air tanks and the fuel tank is rather Spartan. Just like with all Lionel sound equipped diesels, the speaker for the sound system is in the fuel tank. The trucks are very, very Spartan. The sunshades on the side of the cab do not move. They're not adjustable. They are cast on. And the engine does feature crew figures occupying the cab, an engineer and a conductor. Coming around to the front of the engine, here we see the front pilot, again sparsely detailed, and operating magnetic coupler. We see the Union Pacific wing and shield on the nose of the engine. Prototypically speaking, it's set too low. It would be much higher on a UP Jeep. The marker lights work, and both sets of headlights do work, and the number boards illuminate. Okay, this is where the magic happens with this engine. This is one of the two options you have to control the Union Pacific America Proud set. The other being Bluetooth. This is the LionChief remote control that comes with it. It is plastic. It's not very durable, but you know, all you're doing is controlling your train with it. You have the on-off switch for the remote control right here. On is on. When it's on, there is a green or red LED. Right now it's flashing because it doesn't have comms with the engine because there's no power to the track. When it's off, it's off. It's simple. Move the wheel this way, engine's going forward. The farther you go over to the right, the faster the engine goes, until you cannot turn it anymore. Vice versa, going the opposite direction for reverse. Dead center is neutral. Bell, special announcements, tower comm features, and horn. On the back, this little screw here, you unscrew it, and this cover comes off, and you insert 3 AAA batteries to power the remote. Okay, now that we have worked through everything on the first layer of the box, we find ourselves at the second layer of the box. You will find here the covered hopper car, decorated for UP with the Union Pacific Building America trademark slogan and the American flag waving majestically. The 2 bridge girders, a flat car, and a gorgeous representation, fantasy representation of a Union Pacific Caboose. Starting with the hopper car, working our way top to bottom, you have 12 individual hatches on the very top of the car, and each one of them actually open, which is kind of cool. The car features a separately applied brake wheel, hand brake wheel. All of the detailing on this model, except for the hand brake wheel, is cast on. As with the locomotive, the paint is pretty close to flawless. I haven't found any blemishes yet. Inside the B end of the hopper car you will find very Spartan air brake system detailing. Again, toy train model, not a scale model. Going down below the frame we find the trucks that are sprung. They are die cast metal. They feature frictionless bearing arch bar style trucks. The couplers are of a die cast metal construction and they are magnetic. That little disc on the bottom there is meant to be operated with a magnetic uncoupling section, or you can manually uncouple them by way of the little tab on the very side of the coupler right there. These Lionel quad style hopper cars do not have a full frame. The body itself is its own frame. Underneath the A and B end of the cars are small little stamped metal sections, inserts if you will, that are where the frame would be on a typical like Lionel boxcar or flat car. Now we have the flat car with the included bridge girders, lettered for Union Pacific with the Building America slogan. The flat car does not have the trademark Building America slogan, but it does have the shield. Again, crisp, clear lettering, very Spartan brake details. This car, as with the hopper car I forgot to mention earlier, ABS plastic construction, is very durable. As with the hopper car, this car has the die-cast sprung arch bar style trucks with magnetic operating couplers and a separately applied handbrake wheel. All the other details on this car are cast in, and these tie-down straps are basically like hair ties, and you have to install them onto the flat car yourself, which is easy. It takes about maybe a minute, if even that. With practice, 30 seconds, 20 top, or 30 seconds tops. Alright, and finally we arrive at the caboose. The marker lights, can't remember if they work or not, but I guess we'll find out in the run portion of this review. The lettering is nice and crisp. The hand irons on the side of the caboose are cast in, but the paint on them is very crisp, and it does do a heck of a good job of giving the impression that they are in fact separately applied. The trucks are not sprung. They are of an arch bar style friction bearing truck. Magnetic couplers. This does have a die cast metal frame. The windows on the caboose do feature a nice crisply painted silver metal windowsill, and the end hand railings and the end ladder are a very nice touch. They are not scale, as I said. This is a train set, a starter train set, so nothing on this is scale, but this actually does come pretty close. The doors don't open like they do on some cabooses, and the cupola and the main caboose body are two separate pieces. It does feature interior illumination, and the smoke jack here up top is a nice touch. It is separately applied. So the final layer of this box is two boxes. This is the straight track sections. It comes with 3 pieces of straight track, 3 10-inch pieces of straight fast track, plus a 10-inch terminal section for the outlet adapter, and the 8 sections of 036, which is 36 diameter curved track, enough to make a circle. Again, I will not be opening this because I do not want to repack it. This will be wrapped and opened by my son on Christmas Day, and I'm not going to mess with this at all. The trains and the remote control are easy to put back. That is staying where it is. So now that we've looked at every component of this train set, it is time to actually fire it up and see what it's all about. One feature I did neglect to leave out: this engine does not have an operable smokestack. It does not smoke. Now this chirping you hear, that is the engine trying to assess what you want to do with it. Is it going to be receiving commands from the LionChief remote control, or will you be running it via Bluetooth? I'm not going to be running it via Bluetooth for the purposes of this video. There are plenty of videos out there that demonstrate how the LionChief Bluetooth work. For this purpose of getting this particular set on YouTube and reviewed for hopefully in time for Christmas, I am going to just run with the remote control. So we will turn it on. There is the red light. You hear the sounds returning from the engine, which means that the engine is talking to the remote control. So we will run through the middle button features, the talking features.
This is Union Pacific 2319. We're up and running. Let's get this train made up. UP 2319 to conductor. 3-step applied. Go ahead and pull the pin. We'll grab 3 off the siding and be ready to roll out.
Side note, not that it matters, it is a cool feature to have, but Union Pacific does not utilize 3-step protection. We do, but we don't. What we do is called red zone. 3-step protection means that the throttle is, no, not the throttle, means throttle's an idle, obviously, because you're stopped. The reverser on the engine is centered. The brakes on the engine are set. And the 3-step protection requires a 3rd step, which is the generator field switch in isolated mode or off. UP, we only require set and centered, so it is called red zone.
We are prepped for departure and ready to pull. This is Union Pacific 2319. We are clear to depart. Turn that throttle. Let's get on our way.
So all in all, a good quality starter set that'll give any young aspiring model railroader off to a good start. Again, not for the scale hobnobs, but any kids in the audience or any train crazy kids you got at home, they'll definitely love it. Thanks for watching, and happy rail fanning, y'all, and happy holidays.